Good morning. Below the topic Globalization is presented. Global and democratic citizenship. Globalization. The schedule is introduction, definition, causes, consequences, conclusions. Globalization is a mandatory topic of analysis and discussion in political, economic, and academic forums. Despite the dissemination of the concept, there is no consensus of the scope of the world globalization process. Therefore, a confrontation of ideas present under the assumption of equal scope of opportunity for all countries and others reject and any possibility of advantageous insertion and international structure. A third position tries to reconcile the divergent points of and formulates a synthesis in which the strengths and weaknesses depend not only on the correlation of forces at the economic and political level, but also on the structural transformation carried out in less developed nations, developed despite the technological advance which have made possible greater economic, cultural, and political integration between nations. Asymmetries in the participation of different groups of countries in the international structure are not only preserved but tend to deepen. Globalization is an economic, technological, social, and cultural process consisting of the growing communication and interdependence between different countries, which tend to unify their market, society, and culture. In the economic sphere, it is characterized by the integration of local national economy into a global market economy where modes of production and capital movements are configured on planetary scale. Among the causes of globalization, we can mention the new world geopolitics of the 20th century, the emergence of the United States as a new world power after Second World War, and the formation of the European Union fueled the growth of the free trade. This process accelerated with the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 and the dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991. The growth of global economic exchange, the progressive elimination of important tariff and other trade barriers, along with the incorporation of new markets, favored greater exchange of products between countries. The computer revolution, the development of telecommunication, particularly the internet, has made it possible to connect markets around the world with unprecedented speed. Improvements in transportation, advance in commercial aviation, and the land cargo industry, trains and trucks, decrease transportation costs and enable a greater flow of the goods and people. In maritime transport, the widespread use of containers made it even easier to move large volumes of products. Among the main consequences of globalization are the following. General improvement in quality of life. Globalization improved the quality of life of many people, who today can access a great variety and quantity of products and services that in another time would have only been accessible to the small part of the population. Increasing wealth, globalization produced an increase in the gross domestic products (GDP) worldwide and a decrease in extreme poverty. Despite this, inequality between countries increased. Greater power of multinational, the expansion of large companies across the five continents, many of them with diversified production oriented to different markets led them to have greater power, which usually make it difficult for local companies to survive. Greater access to information, the spread of the internet and communication technologies has allowed a greater number of people to access a large number of sources of information. Multipolarity, the development and the globalization process has generated a shift on the world economic and political center, which is no longer found only in the United States and Europe, but also in China and other Asian countries such as Japan and India. Number one, in today's market, globalization is synonymous with customization. What is the best way to go global? Take into account the local point of view by customizing content to customer needs, you can make an impact on any new market you target. Number 2. Technology is changing the rules of the game. Anyone with a website can publish content for the world to see. You must get noticed in the increasingly crowded global market. It's all. Thank you for your attention.